Sustainability has been time and again picked as a solution to mitigate the challenges facing the region's construction and infrastructure industry, as the need to address environmental concerns have become imperative. In today's episode of Construction Week's expert interview series, we understand from Sagar Kulkarni, the managing director of Dubai and Mumbai-based consistent engineering consultants, on how an early involvement in projects by consultants could help achieve sustainable building designs. Thank you for joining us on the show today, Sagar.
Thanks, Mr. Ranju.
The hot topic these days is about construction stakeholders collaborating right from the beginning of a project's life cycle. What is your take on this, and how does your company follow this through every project?
First of all, thanks ITP and Ranju for this opportunity to share our ideas about sustainability. There are a lot of myths associated with sustainability, so let me clear that what exactly sustainability means. At times, it is hooked up with the expensive things. When you talk about sustainability, it is termed to be expensive. The sustainability is on three basic parameters or pillars. One is social, environmental, and third is economy. Any development which is getting into process, normally life cycle is considered as 30 to 50 years. So unless until we look into all these parameters, how the experience of occupant will be, how the environment impact will be of that development, and how it's affordable, we cannot term it sustainable. So when we get involved in the project, we first of all try to understand what is the end product which client is looking for. It's a collaboration of multiple stakeholders. So architects, we spend time with architects to understand what he would like to achieve, and then we plug our thing into that. With current scenarios, technology plays a big role. We are having a lot of softwares, modelings, BIM, energy modelings. So all these things comes into picture, where we look at the complete life cycle along with other aspects and make the thing sustainable. So right from word go of concept design till completion, everything contributes bit by bit into sustainability.
Okay, because you mentioned about technology, and this was obviously a question that I had later in the interview. Just wanted to jump right onto that. You said that there are a lot of technologies, but do you think that the construction and the infrastructure industry is still using all of these technologies together for, creating breakthroughs in the industry? Or do you think there is still a lack, or there is a gap, in doing so? And how important is the adoption of technology for sustainable future of a building?
When we talk about construction sector, the virtual reality, the Internet of Things, the modeling has come into picture. There are a lot of intricate and intrinsic equations and calculations we used to supposed to do. Now we have the softwares. All these works which is to be taken hours together is finishing in minutes.
Yeah.
So adoption is the key for survival, not for the growth. If you don't adopt technology, you'll be out of business. In every sector of technology, there are inventors, there are early adopters, there are late adopters, and there are laggers. So people who are inventors will take a leap. Early adopters will have the advantage.
Yeah.
So we would like to have the clear message that technology adoption is a key for survival.
Buildings are currently responsible for 39% of global carbon emissions. Do you think this is why many developers are currently, going for retrofits and upgrading their existing buildings? And do you think this is actually an efficient way of cost cutting and also making sure you're obviously reducing the carbon emissions?
As you rightly mentioned, we have a lot of existing building stocks which is available, which is using a lot of energy. And almost 39% is a big energy. We can keep on developing new projects which are sustainable and green and energy efficient. But how to get the existing building stocks? When we talk energy consumption, there are three sectors. One is industrial, second is residential, and commercial.
Yeah.
Whenever we talk about the industrial sector, they are the end users. So they are paying the bills and they are feeling the pinch of the energy costs.
Yeah.
So those are the things which can be easily converted, and they will realize the importance of energy saving, and that those energy retrofits are happening at very fast pace. Yeah. Commercial and residential, the developer are not the energy consumers. So there we have little challenge. But then as the authorities are putting the regulations through, it is going into the direction.
Since we're talking about retrofitting projects, and obviously this again requires a lot of costs and capital costs going in. So do you think sustainable building designs technically impact both capital costs and operating costs for a project?
Yes, Ranju, and I would like to say that it contributes in a positive way.
Okay.
As I mentioned earlier, it is perceived that sustainability is expensive. We analyze that glass facades in this tropical world are itself a challenge. It gives a good aesthetic looks, but if you talk at initial cost wise, they are on the higher side because compared to conventional facade, they are costlier.
Okay.
As we have glass facades, the air conditioning requirement goes up. So we have additional capital cost. As AC capacity goes up, electrical requirement goes up. Coming back, when we have higher capacities and higher power consumption, your operational cost goes up.
Yeah.
So if you look from the sustainable aspect, we need to have the buildings pertaining to that particular environment and climatic conditions. So that's the first thing when we talk about the sustainability. It should connect to the environment.
Okay, on to my last question, Sagar. I wanted to understand how is consistent engineering consultants working with partners to ensure that every project that you do meets the building performance evaluation targets?
When you talk about performance, one of the development which we recently finished, after the complete design, a natural question came from a developer. When you design the system, can you please predict what sort of energies will be consumed in this building post completion and occupation?
Okay.
So we were quite happy and we developed the complete energy model and we gave the results. So first of all, at a developer level, people are starting asking this question. So the need has been created. Second aspect, in a building, we have structural and aesthetic are two important parts. But subsequent to that, it's all energy which is consuming and for which is a life system. So when we develop the models in BIM, we develop to a level of 300. There are few projects where we are developed to LOD 400. Contractors take those models for evaluating their all processes of manpower management, material procurement, scheduling. So that itself helps the contractor to plan their activities. In sustainability, we also talk about the renewable energy. For renewable energy, the aspects comes availability of space for the solar panels and energy consumption being consumed in the building.
Yeah.
So for a PV specialist, these are the two key parameters MEP consultant provides.
As we come to a wrap to this video, I would like to thank you, Sagar, for joining us today on the show.
Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure having you on the show as well. Thank you so much. To all those who've been watching, please don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends and colleagues, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with our latest video content. We'll see you very soon in another interesting episode in the Experts Interview series. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.